From incredible supervision to an ultra-powerful immune system, put on your superhero cape and get ready to be the defender of the downtrodden. These are 11 of the most incredible superpowers you can actually get. Number 11. Night vision. A famous Columbia University scientist performed several experiments on mice and actually inspired 2 biohackers to squirt chemicals in their eyes to induce night vision. The crazy part is, you can actually get night vision if you are careful. If you mess it up, or use the wrong chemicals though, you could go blind, so it's important to be extremely careful. Gabriel Licina and his associate Jeffrey Tibbets went through with this strange self-experiment, dropping a compound called chlorin E6 into their eyes. It's similar to chlorophyll, which is what gives plants their green color. And shockingly, it did work. Back in 2015, they successfully experimented with this substance, and the experimental subject was able to recognize objects in the dark. In the future, this compound may help people who have jobs that require seeing sharply in low light conditions. Would you ever take a drug like chlorin E6? It would give you a superpower, at least temporarily. Are the risks worth it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Then, be sure to subscribe to The Biggest for more amazing videos. If you like the topic of today's video, you won't want to miss the new content coming out twice a week. Number 10. Super strength. Back during our childhoods, some idolized Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, or Clark Kent, aka Superman. While it is not possible for a human to move mountains or destroy tanks with bare fists, certain things that humans can do with improved and developed strength will still surprise you. Meet Dennis Rogers. He's 5'6" and only 168 pounds. Now listen to this. He can prevent airplanes from taking off and hold back 4 Harley-Davidson motorcycles at once. That makes him one of the strongest humans on the planet. Now, getting somewhere like that is not easy, so better not try this at home. His secret? Plyometrics. The aim is to access the dormant and hidden strength stored in our muscles. Naturally, there are mechanisms in our body to prevent the muscles from using their full force and energy, as it can harm our body by releasing energy that our body is not designed to withstand. Through plyometric training, what you can do is train your muscles to release more strength. Now, the muscles will never reach their full potential, but with proper and continuous training, one can enhance the existing strength of the muscle. And plyometrics is not the same as bodybuilding. In bodybuilding, you grow your muscles and make them big. Here, you are enhancing their energy. Now, this is not a DIY or do-it-yourself kind of thing. There needs to be supervision and guidance from an expert, and of course, some back-breaking, muscle-tearing commitment. If you think you have what it takes and are willing to dedicate time and energy to it, you too can tap into hidden reserves of power you didn't know you had. Number 9. Lightning speed. If you've seen any of his famous films involving high-stakes martial arts and hand-to-hand combat, you must think that you've truly seen Bruce Lee in action, right? Wrong. You never really saw his moves in the movies. His combat moves were so fast that the editors had to slow the frame rate of the movies just to capture him in action. Otherwise, once the camera rolls, all you see would have been guys dropping down for no reason. Later, Bruce was recorded intentionally fighting much slower for the camera. That's enough to surprise you, right? So how is this possible? There are 2 things to achieve before this: your joint strength and reaction time. It's well known that Bruce Lee's reaction time was almost measured in milliseconds. So, what can we do to get them? The same plyometric training applies here, to boost the joint strength and muscle power. And the superhuman reaction times can be trained through rigorous exercise regimes such as the hand slap game, speed bag training, a focus loop, and Brock string exercises. Once again, folks, this is not to be done without expert supervision and, of course, a die-hard commitment. Number 8. Extreme flexibility. Now here's a superpower that most of us are familiar with since our childhoods. Flexibility. If you look at history more closely, these contortionists have been there since the time of ancient Egypt, and possibly well before that. Meet Browning Smith, also known as the Rubber Boy. He holds the Guinness World Record for being the most flexible man on the planet. There are several instances where he pushed his body to the limit. He has squeezed himself through unstrung tennis rackets, rotated his torso 180 degrees, bent in half backwards from a lying down position, and even though it seems unbelievable, he is even squeezed into tiny boxes. How on earth is he doing these things? As it turns out, this superpower is not hereditary and it is trainable. Now remember, as always, saying it is easier than doing it. Training flexibility involves engaging in regular stretching exercises and activities continuously. These specialized exercises will gradually extend the reach, movement, and even speed of joints and muscles. Now here is a warning. Do not attempt to be a rubber boy or a rubber girl without the guidance or supervision of an expert trainer. Remember, this type of hard training involves the risk of serious injuries too. Number 7. Ultra pain endurance. Ever heard the expression, no pain, no gain? In fact, the Buddhist monks in the Far East have lived by that statement for the past 2,000 years or so. Superman feels no pain, Wonder Woman is rarely injured, and the Incredible Hulk is impenetrable. So are the Shaolin monks. Buddhism is a philosophy that has given birth to many fighting techniques and styles, including Kung Fu, Wushu, Taekwondo, Ninjutsu, Muay Thai, and several hundreds more. All of these, especially the Kung Fu that is practiced by the Shaolin monks, are very well known to hold age-old secrets of pain suppression and endurance. Now, there is a science behind this pain suppression, and with proper training, it is doable. And because I say it is doable, it doesn't mean anyone can do it, so caution is advised, and most normal folks had better not try this at home. There are two laws at play here, Wolff's Law and Davy's Law. This is what they say, excluding all the heavy scientific explanations. When our bones and muscle tissues regularly absorb large amounts of energy, more calcium and proteins are absorbed into these bones and muscles, increasing their density, weight, size, and ability to withstand enormous pressure. This is how the Shaolin monks and other Buddhist warriors break logs with bare hands, pulverize stones by smashing them with their heads, and break stone walls with bare fists. Now, that's the strength, so what about pain? How can they endure such pain? The answer is meditation and focus. It is a well-known fact that through long-term meditative practices, one can almost neglect any amount of pain their body goes through. These Buddhist monks have mastered the art of meditation, and that's how they can lay down on spearheads. Don't believe me? Go check it out yourself. Now, if anyone would like to learn these skills, the best bet is to seek out a Shaolin monk or a warrior who can actually pull off these phenomenal feats. Wish you all the best in finding one. Speaking of phenomenal stuff, haven't you subscribed to The Biggest yet? Please go ahead and do. I'll keep you updated on more phenomenal topics just like this. New videos are coming out every week. Number 6. Surviving extreme temperatures. Now, it is a well-known fact that we humans cannot survive in environments that are below sub-zero temperatures without any aid, like clothes or heating technology. But do you know that there is a man who can do just that? In fact, he holds several world records for surviving in such cold climates without going through any health problems or negative after effects. Don't believe me? Meet Wim Hof, the Superman with only pants and boots. In 2007, he set a world record when he immersed himself in ice for 72 minutes in nothing but shorts and boots. And if you think that is crazy, well, think again. He climbed part of the way up Mount Everest, again in nothing but shorts and boots. And that's not the end of it. He even swam in freezing Antarctic oceans, again with nothing on but shorts. So how is he doing it without getting killed, without a single cramp or hypothermia? The answer is actually not so simple. Even science is baffled by his feats. Now, he has pulled off all these labors while being monitored by scientists, yet even they are not sure how he is doing them. As Wim puts it, he was not born with these abilities and they are trainable. And guess what? Wim too is a practitioner of Buddhist meditation and philosophy. Many argue that his extreme mental discipline and focus of the mind are behind his superpowers. Now here comes the golden question. How can you do it? The guy actually trains people. Yes, you can train with him. And if you can't go to Europe to train with Wim Hof directly, check out his website. There are training videos right there. The power of the human brain to fight through discomfort is absolutely incredible. Number 5. Enhanced immunity. Now this might seem like a wonderful superpower to possess during the period of elevated risk due to COVID-19. How many days do you think Wolverine has spent in hospitals for a fever or some other illness? 0. And as it turns out, there are people in real life who also have enhanced immunity. Now, this talent seems to be a bit genetic, and there is no sure way to boost your immunity to superhuman levels. History shows that there were people who did not get infected by severe viral diseases like the Black Death, Spanish flu, and of course, even COVID-19. Although most of us do not have that super gene, there are still plenty of ways to boost our immunity. Here are some of the most effective ones. Have at least 8 hours of sleep, don't smoke or drink alcohol, reduce your sugar intake and stop eating junk food, exercise regularly and meditate to keep your mind sharp and healthy. Living a healthful lifestyle will keep your body as ready as it can be to stave off illness and keep you in peak shape. In fact, in some sense, this superpower is actually the easiest one you can get today. Number 4. Hypnotism. Do you actually know that apart from hypnotizing others, you can hypnotize yourself too? To put it out simply, hypnotism is a form of directing and commanding your unconscious mind. In psychotherapy, psychotherapists use this extensively to treat many psychological problems, like depression, amnesia, and even psychosis. Now, self-hypnosis is something individuals can do to relax their minds and make their life smoother. However, there are several steps involved in this, and each must be carried out with strict supervision and the guidance of an expert. If you've ever witnessed a hypnotic episode, you'll know that it involves a weird blend of repetitive patterns and sounds, along with a person in a particularly meditative state. You have to be ready to be hypnotized or to hypnotize others. But don't think you'll be able to read minds or do what Professor X does. Telekinesis and telepathy are way out of the reach of ordinary humans like you and me. Number 3. Echolocation. Just like bats, in the not too distant future, we humans too will be able to use sound and echo to navigate our surroundings. Really? How is that? With a little touch of technology, of course. As it turns out, biohackers have been busy lately. Just in case you didn't know, biohacking means using technology to hack and enhance the biological capabilities of humans. They've been trying to develop implants that will allow the users to detect sound and use it to orient themselves without needing to worry about vision. Now, why is this important? Because they are doing this research specifically to help those who cannot see. Wouldn't that be something? Using echolocation to allow the blind to more easily navigate the world. Some blind people already use rudimentary taps and clicks to find their way around, but this invention could really help them out. Number 2. Super breath. Do you know that a whale can keep its breath up and dive underwater for almost half an hour? Although there has not been any human who could approach that record, there are people who have the ability to hold their breath and dive into crazy depths under the ocean. This is where apnea diving comes in. It is officially a sport and is one of the most dangerous ones out there. The sport involves taking a deep breath and diving to extreme depths. there are some world records that include dives to depths well over 656 feet. Is it even possible? As it turns out, with proper training and dedication, it is. But beware, this sport is not for everyone. Poor preparation and mismanaged equipment have caused numerous deaths in this sport, which is why it is considered one of the most dangerous. Number 1. Flying. Now this seems almost impossible. And yes, it is. No human can fly like Superman or like any other superhero, but this too will soon be possible with the magical touch of technology. Personal jetpacks have always been a major area of research, especially in the military field. The US military and various research institutions around the world are conducting research even today, and they are closer than ever to cheap, portable tools that people can use in everyday life. One key area of concern here, though, is safety. As you can see, flying around with a pack of highly flammable and explosive jet fuel is not that safe. However, it's only a matter of time until you'll be able to step up into the air and fly off into the sunset. Keep your fingers crossed. And that is all the superpowers for today. Subscribe to The Biggest and hit the bell button to stay updated every time something awesome just like this video gets released. And don't forget to share this with your friends. Until next time, see ya!